Hey, I mean, I have
immediately fumbles. Immediately.
I have a very large couch now that I just set up in the AC that's now safely installed that I did myself because the maintenance guy can't fucking do anything. This maintenance guy also told me the lock wouldn't fit on my door and it was the wrong kind of lock when I see there's a number of holes there that are the same number of holes for the lock. And I'm like, okay, you just have to drill a new hole and you're going to charge me $90 to fucking tell me that no, it won't fit on the lock. And then you're going to charge me like $60, which is I haggled for that. They were like, oh, actually it's $80 to $100 for like a bigger unit. And I'm like, okay,
so
I have
fucking
60.
rude.
Right? I have $60 cash. You want to do it for that? And then he just didn't look at the instructions and installed it all wrong. It wasn't even attached to the thing. If a strong wind blew, that thing would have been on the ground. I opened the window, on the ground. Somebody died. Nobody died. Somebody could have died. Nobody died.
Just like,
we
wait, I
appreciate
thought
you
no one
clarifying that, Elsie.
Yeah, I had a moment of like, wait.
Nobody
I thought
died.
it was fine.
It is fine now. Like already a part had fallen to the ground by the time I took it out the window.
Why?
Because he didn't put in the pegs to the hole that like you put on the wall outside. The little look.
Yeah,
Look, JD. I know what I said, and it was phrasing, and I'm not fucking changing. I can't go back in time.
Always got to remember the peg. Always remember the peg.
I have been having a day. But it doesn't matter because my AC unit is installed safely.
Yay!
And I have a couch that is fully functional.
Which I am going to sleep on, as we established earlier.
It's very, if anybody else wants to come and find me in Queens, that's the prize, is you get to sleep on my couch.
Elsie, did you just invite people to stalk you so that they could then sleep on your couch?
Good luck. We already established how many fucking people live on a city block in New York City.
Exactly
So good to like 1,884 or something like that. So you want to come find me? Good fucking luck.
This is the energy we're bringing in tonight, and I am delighted to see what happens as a result.
I'm gonna start crying.
You did this to yourself. Don't cry. You can't cry now. You did this to you. You are responsible.
What do you mean I did this to me and I'm responsible? I don't even know what I'm crying about, Q.
I mean, pick the thing, honestly.
Okay, I picked a respectable thing to cry about.
There you go. Perfect.
How many things did you sift through to get there?
4.
I was going to say at least 3. So
there was no hesitation.
Well, it was. Never mind. I'm not going to explain myself. That'll just dig a deeper hole, and I don't need to do that for myself right now.
Okay, but I do need to know, was one of them Glenn?
No?
If not, it
Why?
should be. See?
Oh. No. I'm not answering.
You all right? Oh, okay. So the answer to that is yes.
No.
That is the least convincing no I've heard in my life.
It's fine. No. For your information, it's a very absolutely not in my entire life ever cried over that character. I can't even say that because I literally put an audio message in the fucking chat, me crying over that character in IKEA. So like I can't say that.
I was gonna say, like, that was such a blatant lie because we can literally have the receipts to drop at your feet.
Anyways, I'm gonna stop posting those now. Fucking screw myself over later.
Anyways, I will bring us into our introduction since we've already made Elsie almost cry and we haven't even introduced the characters, let alone the channel yet. So hello and welcome to Entropy Emporium. Thank you for joining us at the nexus of chaotic fun and creativity, where adventurers roll the dice and digital realms come to life. Embrace the entropy of our community as we celebrate the unpredictability of tabletop stories, and the dynamic worlds of video games, and not in this game, but usually just enjoy each other's company. This is They Call Us Villains, Episode 6, Within a Dark Wood. As always, to begin with the content and trigger warnings, this is a horror game and deals with a number of topics that can be upsetting and triggering to people. This includes institutional violence, forced institutionalization, medical abuse, psychological abuse and gaslighting, themes in line with real-world conversion therapy, body horror, gore and blood, isolation and seclusion, and the use of restraints. There are no additional content warnings for this game, this particular session. I will always do my best, though, to add those in if something is coming up that would not be included within those lines that were already discussed. So, with that, if any of those would cross lines for you, please do not force yourself to watch. We would always much rather you take care of yourself and prioritize your health and well-being and enjoy content on this channel that is a little less dark as this can get. But if you are staying, we shall now introduce you to our characters. And we have kind of perfectly ready to fight Harp.
I was. That doesn't mean anything. I don't think Mara's very ready to fight right now, if I'm being honest. But speaking of which, I'm playing Mara. She's the Nova playbook. Very powerful, but she doesn't have very much control over her powers. She's very nice to everybody, all the time, and she did minutes, probably around 1 minute before this session started, destroy Ellie's necklace that was cursed. But yeah.
What was that, Elsie? What was that?
Nothing. Mind your business.
Mm,
Nobody has proof of that.
I'm
Oh,
pretty sure the
I
captions
had
just
a
caught
vision.
it.
I said a lot of things that the caption probably
I got
caught.
a doom point. Yeah, it was haunted.
Okay. That's true. I can't argue with that.
You really can't. You really can't. Kian, you are up next.
Hello, everybody. My name is Kian. My pronouns are they, he. You can find me on the interwebs at uptight_chiffon, uptight-chiffon, depending on where you're hanging out. I am playing Valen, who is just on vacation right now, just vibing. Never done anything wrong a day in his life. He's not going to start today. That's me. I said what I said, Elsie. I said what I said.
You did choose some words to say right there, Kian. You did.
Look, he has never done anything wrong. He's never hurt anybody. He's never destroyed city property. He's destroyed city property, but not with
Yeah,
power.
to say.
okay,
He's just
you
a vandal. He's
Kian,
just a normal vandal.
You opened your mouth and you've never played a character in your goddamn life that's never destroyed
Look,
city property. So
Look, I have to live out my dreams, okay? They can't get arrested. I can. It's not true. Valen has been
only if you're
arrested.
caught. Only if you're caught.
It's true. If you run fast enough, you'll never get arrested, kids.
It's true.
That is a no body, no crime logic right there. All right, Q, you're up next.
Hi, I'm Q. Tonight I am playing one Connor Creed, the Transformed playbook. And he's having a great time. A real nice, chill, easy time.
You know, I think that's the first time a statement like that has been used and is actually true. So I'm impressed.
Why, thank you. Thank you so much.
That's right. Everybody clap for Connor. He deserves it. All right. Having a slightly less enjoyable time. Steph, introduce yourself and Scylla.
Hi, I'm Steph. I'm playing Scylla Tarn. She, her, she's the doomed playbook. Mara doesn't want to be her friend, and that's fine. Everyone respects each other's choices, and it's not thing personal. And I'm sure Ellie will forgive her for helping Mara break the necklace. But if she doesn't, that's okay too. So she's okay. It's okay.
And so Scylla is okay, just so we can all confirm. Scylla is
Yep.
perfectly fine.
She is alone and okay.
I mean, she's not alone. She has
No,
the
she's
moths.
got her moths that live in her hair. That's true. She's not alone. So she still has some friends with her.
And last but not least, LC.
I don't have anything to say. I'm LC, except I do have that. Hi, I'm LC. I guess I play Ellie Ellison, the protege playbook. I don't want to follow up everybody else saying they've never done anything wrong because I want to say I've never done anything wrong. But then everybody's going to say, you're True City Blocks, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, no proof, no proof, no proof. No body, no crime.
LC, your name on the server is Miss Two City Blocks.
Yeah, because everybody keeps saying it, but what is the 2 city blocks? Are we walking them? Are we like enjoying a nice stroll? My cat is trying to eat a post-it note on my monitor right now. Can you not? Try. Anyways, we don't know what the 2 city blocks are. That's the point, and that's I will die on this hill until I find out what those 2 city blocks mean. And until then, I am innocent. I don't know why I'm here. To get better. I'm here to get better.
And I guess as we jump in, we're going to see if that's still true before we dive into the numerous chaotic situations that were unfolding with pretty much everybody who is not Connor. Hi, I am JD. I am going to be playing everybody else. And that is going to start right now. We begin in the control room in front of the bank of monitors. We are once again watching from a bit of a distance with an almost over-the-shoulder view as we look at the screens. We see Ellie and Onyx in the day room, the storm of darkness in the air above them, Onyx signing desperately and repeatedly to Elle, "Do not become a villain." We see the busted down door to the garden, and a figure in a janitor's outfit studying it. And well, we have to presume that they're studying it because we can't see their face. It's covered in a white featureless mask. We see Connor and Lucian in Connor's room, sharing a moment of peace amidst the chaos and pain of Hemlock. We also see Mara and Scylla in the hallway. Bridget, who has most decidedly left the day room after what has just started to happen in there, walking past them, not looking at them, just making a beeline to her room. And we see that there are more monitors here, that there are more screens. They are all labeled with various numbers and letters, and most of them are dark. But one of them is settled on that room of glass cubes. Several of the cubes are shattered, and it may be light reflecting off the glass because there are flashes of rainbow in a prismatic pattern falling everywhere. There's also no sign of the former occupants of those cubes. Dr. Foxglove? A voice speaks up, and we see a young woman in her mid-20s with light brown skin and black hair falling to their shoulders, dressed in a suit and holding a clipboard. When should we intervene? We hear a voice from just outside our view say, Bella, that is not our jurisdiction. We watch. We take notes. We, as the postdocs, do not intervene. And Bella looks somewhat chastised and says, shouldn't someone be doing something though? I mean, patient 10 just destroyed an item belonging to another patient by manipulating space and gravity. Patient 3 has lost control of her powers. Patient 5 is in another patient's room using their powers in ways we don't allow. And patient X and patient 6 just disappeared after some, well, concerning energy readings. And Dr. Foxglove, who until this point has been silent, says, I am aware of all of the facts, Bella. And I also do not need you speaking for me, Misty. There's a pause, an uncomfortable beat of silence before we will continue to observe. If we need to deploy countermeasures, we will deploy them. For now, let's see what choices they make. We're going to dive right into the day room, where Ellie is sitting there having lost control of the darkness that she was just able to grasp, with Onyx there giving you the same message over and over and over again.
So I think there's like a look of absolute like fear on her features that was once like she was like almost smiling like less than a minute before because she actually was doing something that warranted like some significance regarding like controlling the reason why she's here. She's making improvements, she's doing better because no one else here seems to be helping with power control, which is why she is here. You can talk about stuff all day, but you actually need to do something about it. And then came that absolute feeling of grief and sadness and physical and mental sadness, and now it's everywhere. So he's signing it was don't become a villain, right? Or do not become a villain. I don't think that Elle has the capability to sign anymore. That concentration to use the second language is gone. So she's like, I don't want to. I don't want to. I don't know what to do. Onyx, it hurts. It hurts, and she motioned for her heart. I don't know what to do.
And I think this is the moment, Elle, that you realize something, and it's possible some of the others who have been here the longest, especially, say, Connor, may have realized this before. But you realize that Onyx is able to hear everything you're saying. They're not able to speak, or they choose not to. You've never been 100% sure. But when you say that, it's clear they understand what you're saying. And they start to reach out to put their hand on your chest, and then they stop. and they don't sign anything, but they're clearly looking for permission to touch you.
Elle would absolutely like reach out and take his hand and like bring it the rest of the way, because she also feels like she needs human contact, period, to have some kind of grounding factor in this, and would just full permission.
And so you feel Onyx's hand rest on your chest, and it helps. You feel things start to slow down, and you feel your heart racing, but the beats are coming a little slower and slower. But now I have a question for you. Where did you meet up with Rook the most often?
What kind of city did they like live in, go to school in? Like, do we have an area adjacent to this?
I think there are a variety of options. There is there is a park within the city. There are also more suburban neighborhoods, and it wouldn't be a long drive to be in slightly more rural areas if you were looking for that.
Yeah, it would definitely be, I wouldn't say like rural, but like suburban on the outskirts of the city where it's still mildly populated but not as dense. Um, any kind of park situation that's got trails that, would like walk around a lake or some kind of man-made like area that could provide like privacy but not seclusion, like obviously nobody's around, kind of like sus things, just like the road less traveled sort of thing. Yeah.
And so, Elle, I don't think you realize that you've closed your eyes until you realize you're hearing the sound of birds. You're feeling the warmth of the sun on your skin. You're hearing small waves lapping against the shore. You are still sitting on a bench, but this one feels different. This feels lower to the ground. And when you open your eyes, you're sitting on a bench that has been made out of a fallen tree, a place that you and Rook often went to. And he is sitting where Onyx once was, and it is their hand that is touching you now.
What? There's like a moment she starts to say something and then takes a deep breath and then opens her eyes again to make sure it's real, but given the last time she saw him, uh, and then looks down at the hand and back up at him and what's going on? Why? Where? How?
What do you mean, Ellie? We were on a walk.
Right. Oh, right. Sorry. Long day. What were you saying again? I kind of went somewhere else for a second.
And he looks at the wrist of his other hand and the watch that is there, and gives you a bit of a concerned look. It's barely 11 o'clock. What do you mean it's been a long day?
Well, long day, long night. I had an assignment due and I stayed up too late and it kind of like got the best of me there. And then I realized, well, it's already like 4 a.m. Why would I go to bed now? And so then I kind of stayed up again all the way to 6. It took a small nap between 6 and 8, but then I got up because I had to let the dog out and then I had to go back to class. So it's been, a long day, night, extracurricular activities, and now this. So long day ish, depending on when you say day is. Like if day when you first wake up or when you first went to bed starts,
Ellie, we need to work on your sleep schedule. This is not sustainable.
It's only sometimes. I had a lot to do.
It's not easy to balance all of these things. To be a student, to be mastering your powers.
It's not, but once you get the hang of it, it kind of, flows well. I have like 3 different planners, and that usually keeps me in order. Being organized is like half the battle. If you're organized, then everything is easier.
3 planners? How do you know which one to... You know what? Never mind. Never mind. That is what you are doing. That is not the point. We are here for a lesson. And so, Ellie Ellison, tell me what makes a hero.
Doing the right thing at the right time to do the most good, regardless of how it's going to affect you. Putting others first.
Always being willing to sacrifice yourself
Yeah,
for the greater good.
exactly.
And what about a villain? What makes a villain?
She pauses to think a little longer on this one because that's where lines get grayed, because everyone has a different view on the world. That's something that she really believes. But after probably 15, 20 seconds, she takes a deep breath again and answers, a villain is someone who does wrong on purpose with the intent to harm others because they want to.
And so in both cases, it's about intent. Doing good for the sake of good, doing bad for the sake of bad.
Yeah.
Where do accidents fall in that mix?
Well, if you accidentally do something that causes harm to people, but you didn't intend to do it when you initially were trying to, I don't know, have a neutral outcome or a better outcome, then that wouldn't make you a villain at all. It wouldn't make you a hero, but it wouldn't make you a villain. It's gray area.
And so, Ellie, I'm going to ask the question, and it's the big question, it's the hard question. What do we do with villains who are doing something bad, but for what they believe is a good reason.
Is it hurting others? What is bad?
Well, I suppose you're highlighting the key point there, that is in the eyes of the beholder, is it not?
Well, yeah, but if you're taking the choice away from someone who doesn't want to be hurt and you're hurting them or doing something against them that causes them harm, then you are harming someone and you're doing something bad. It's, I guess, in my head, all about, are you enacting harm against someone who didn't have a choice, like didn't want to be in that situation? I don't think you can really justify doing harm to someone on purpose.
I suppose, though, certainly some heroes have caused harm to others. They've only done that with the intent that those are bad people. And so, when is it justified to hurt a bad person? Or is harm always wrong, Ellie?
Well, no harm isn't always wrong. Sometimes you have to harm someone to stop them from harming others. But then you get into a catch-22 and talk yourself in a circle. So in the end, I guess there's really no philosophical answer to this.
And he looks pleased that you've gotten to that point. And then he gives you a lopsided smile and, with a teasing note in his voice, says, "So, what are you, Ellie? A hero or a villain?" And before you can answer, you are back in the day room with the darkness swirling above you.
Okay. Because her if it hadn't happened immediately, her immediate answer would be hero. Like no notes, like no thought, hero. Always. And I think wherever she went in that time, that conversation with Rook about being a hero, being a villain, brings her back to Onyx and kind of connects the full circle of when they discussed what they were, and that they were once considered a villain. And Ellie told them people can change, and a villain is someone who does harm on purpose. And it looks like you're not trying to do that here. I don't consider you a villain, Onyx. So there is so much more determination now to not go down that path, to not become a villain, especially when Onyx said those words back to her. And through the pain is still there in her chest and that sadness that she has no reason for, but it's definitely dulled since coming back. And I think that sharpness to the darkness that was once like spreading and becoming more like solid, more physically like aggressive is now receding back and becoming softer. It's not controlled fully, but it is not as chaotic as it was.
Elle, I would like you to roll to unleash your powers.
I'm sorry, JD. I can't because my cat is sleeping in my dice tray.
Do you want me to roll for you?
Look at this. I can't. Ma'am. She said no.
She just curled up even further. It's her tray now. Sorry,
All
you
right.
can get
You
another
gotta
one.
give her a pass. It's
You
true.
know
I'll-
what? You know what? I think maybe that's an automatic success. Like, I don't know how the rules work, but like, I mean, unless you want me to roll on the possibility you fail and then advance.
I'll roll. I'll just find something else to roll on, I guess. Hold on, I gotta
As
mute
long
though.
as you don't disturb the baby. If you disturb the baby, it's an automatic failure.
Okay, okay, all right. I think it should be okay. I gotta mute though because I have a glass table. It'll be so loud on my mic. What was I rolling with?
Freak.
Okay.
That was danger for unleash. Oh no. Sorry, I'm mistaken. Yeah, my bad.
No, that is okay. It is. They are very similar roles.
Okay, that's a 7. So that's a failure. Is that a failure?
That's a mixed success.
Mixed success. So 7. I'll take it. I'll take it.
So I'm going to ask you. You have a choice.
Okay.
You can mark a condition
Mm-hmm.
to regain full control over this darkness and what it does and where it goes. Or I can tell you how it's going to be temporary or unstable, that you have control over it.
I'll take a condition.
Okay.
Yeah. I am glad that you offered this because this is the condition that I wanted to take anyway. So I want to take hopeless.
Elsie, I love the fact that you were like, I would like to voluntarily give myself a condition.
I have been thinking about this for 2 weeks now, and all I could think about was like Ella's usually so full of hope, and the minute that necklace was gone, she felt so fucking hopeless. So, and there's a condition for that. So, let me have it.
And so with that, Elle, what happens to the darkness as you are able to gather it and regain full control over it?
I think first off, there's a trickle of blood coming from one of her nostrils because this has been taxing, and before the first time she had to control this, it was already taxing, and then she absorbed ability. Either way, all in all, it's put so much stress on her body that she is experiencing physical ramifications for it. And where did it come from again, JD? Like, how did it manifest?
It just kind of exploded out of you
Okay.
when you and
Well,
Onyx touched.
okay. So it has to go back in me. So it recedes, I think, slowly. And I think there's like a faint glow, like a almost like hazy glow over her hands as it slides back away from like the room and wherever it was like extending out into. And then as she starts to get more and more control and understand the feeling of how to return it back to her, it starts gaining speed and continues on until it's all gone. Because she's not going to put any of it back to Onyx. She'd take that burden if any of it was his.
And I almost imagine that there is a moment where Onyx reaches out and the darkness responds to you. It does not go back to them. It continues to be reabsorbed into you until it is all gone. The room is quiet. And you feel that coldness and that hunger, and it is It is a little sharper now, but you also feel that warmth as well. It feels contained.
There's like a couple of shaky, heavy breaths. I don't even think she notices that she's bleeding. She honestly goes to wipe the tears from her eyes first because they've just been streaming this whole time involuntarily. And she wipes them away and then hesitantly, I think, looks back to Onyx and just shakes her head. I'm like, I'm so sorry. I don't know what happened. I had control, and that then something was wrong. Something went wrong, not with you and not with me, but with me, but like not because something I can't explain it. Just something was wrong.
And Onyx signs, you said that it hurts, that it hurt. And then they motion to like wipe their nose to indicate the blood on your face.
It's like, oh shit, and then just like wipe, and then off on her sleeve, just like not like it happens all the time. It's fine. She not phased by it at all, and then kind of like holds her hand there for a second, and then once she's sure it's stopped, wipes off the blood again, and then signs back. My chest hurt. It ached.
And they look confused and concerned and ask, "What do you mean?" And I am curious, before you have a chance to answer that, I'm just, wanting to check in. Mara, where are you headed?
Mara lingers in Elle's room, a little, I don't know, frozen, just kind of staring at various things in Elle's room after Scylla leaves. I think time kind of gets away from her, and she shakes her head and goes to. I think she'd go to just see if Connor's door is open, but I don't know how far she gets.
I mean, I think right now Elle is a bit distracted, and I think we will circle back to her and that conversation with Onyx. Connor's door is open, though something strange is happening. It's almost like there's a barrier hanging there, encapsulating that room, shielding that room. And Connor is in there with Lucian, who is singing.
They both look all right. Okay.
How does Connor look?
I think at this point there are the remnants of tears as he just sort of let the emotions flow out. But now he has it's a smile. It's like an actual smile on his face. Soft, insular.
And Lucian is very much lost in song, but he's smiling too, because this is arguably the first time he sang for someone and it has not gone catastrophically wrong.
Mara is going to like look at both of them for a second, and then turn and walk the other way, hoping neither of them saw her, and just has like a slightly melancholy smile on her face.
Do I get the opportunity? Hell yeah.
Absolutely.
Okay.
I'm going to say roll with superior. We'll call this and assess the situation.
Okay. Okay. You know what? I had everything set up except the character sheet. So I'm gonna roll. You let me know how much I have. Okay. I don't think that I have a positive integer on this. So
You don't.
yeah, I didn't
You
think
have
so.
a -1.
Yeah, that's what I thought. That's what I thought. Okay, so that is a fail. That is absolutely a fail. That is a 5. So I don't notice. I'm blished the hell out. It's fine.
I feel like that tracks, though. I feel like you are so lost in the song and the fact that you're feeling something akin to peace for the first time in a long time that the rest of the world has just kind of faded away.
Yeah. Yeah, that tracks. Where did we put? I think Connor will reach out to take Lucian's hand.
Connor, how do you imagine that Lucian might respond as you do that?
Initial flinch, trepidation, and then there's an easing of tension slightly. I don't think Lucian and Connor have been particularly close, but I think in this moment there's that shared relief.
And I think you're right. He also has not had much by way of physical contact since he's been here. And
Yeah.
when you take his hand, well, there is that initial tension. You see him let out a breath, almost then throwing him off key for a moment, but he's a performer. He catches himself. And he smiles.
He's gonna open his eyes. Thank you. It's the first time I've been actually calm in a very long time.
It's the first time my music's had that effect on someone. I guess I just needed the right song and the right person to sing it to.
Or you just needed practice.
Well,
Actual
I've had plenty of practice.
with your powers. No, you don't have any trouble singing. But you are right, you don't need any practice with your voice.
I guess hemlock is good for one thing.
No, we're good for one thing. Hemlock is just where we happen to be.
You have a way of seeing the world, Connor Creed.
Gonna have to. Because if you listen too much to what other people say the world's supposed to be, it gets real sad. Because it either doesn't live up to, or you don't live up to what they say, or it's all wrong and you've been lied to. Doesn't feel great.
You know, I always liked performing, but performance is always a bit of a lie. People just see you for the roles that you play. And they can get so lost in that they forget to see you.
Forget there were people.
But you see me, Connor, don't you?
Yeah. You're a person.
So are you.
It used to be.
You still are.
Then that just makes me a good performer.
Now, I know all about seeing through masks. And you do wear a few of them. But I still see you underneath. I saw you right then when I sang. I saw the you that you don't let others see. And that you is a person. Even if the outside says differently to others.
I don't know how much of the real me is really left. I'm in there. But I got scooped out. Rocks got put in its place.
I can hear that. I can't understand that. Because that was never something that happened to me or was done to me. But I do think that you are more than what they made you. And I think that there is enough of you still in there. I'm not going to say to where you can be whole again. But I don't think it's as gone as it feels like it is. I don't think you're as gone as you feel like you are.
I hope that you're right.
I mean, Connor Creed, you just trusted me with your heart.
Thank you for taking care of it.
Thank you for trusting me with it.
You should probably go before one of the orderlies comes in and wags their finger at us.
We should. And he squeezes your hand as much as he can, given that your hand is made of stone.
Correct. And I'm going to squeeze his hand not as much as I can because I don't want to break it. And I think it's the linger and then pull away.
And he does stop right before reaching the door and glances back at you and just smiles. And it is the most genuine and unguarded smile you have ever seen from him.
I think Connor's going to leave his room.
And I think we're going to pause on the unit there for just a moment because there's a lot of converging factors that are about to happen.
Yeah.
And we're going to visit somewhere else. And so, Valen, you have just had this experience of falling and then landing on carpet, a thick green plush carpet. It is quiet around you, and I imagine as you're kind of on your hands and knees, you notice there are 2 desks, there are 2 beds, there are bookcases, and as you look up, more and more comes into view. It is a room that looks like both sides are almost identical. Same size twin bed on either one, but the covers are very different. On the left-hand side, well, it's filled with images of rock bands, of motocross, a superhero bedspread, like very masculine energy coming from there. There is a dented and battered helmet on the floor. There are knee pads. There's a skateboard. it's a little bit of a mess. And it doesn't take much to realize the other side of the room is very different. In fact, there is a line of tape right in the middle designating one side from the other, because the other side is very organized, very utilitarian. Bed is made. Books are all in order on the bookcases. There are no posters on the walls. There are decals of art that have been put up there. And sitting on that bed, the one that has a lot more, we'll say, feminine energy, is Caleb. And he looks somehow both the same and completely different. His hair is still the same vibrant rainbow. His eyes are the same hazel color. There is no rainbow aura reflected in them right now. But he's dressed in jeans and a t-shirt. He looks relaxed. He looks comfortable. And he's picked up one of the stuffed animals on the bed he's sitting on. And just kind of casually like nods to you when you look up at him.
I sort of slowly like sit up until I'm on my knees, and then I'll stand and look around the space. Where are we?
Oh, we're in my bedroom. Well, our bedroom, not our bedroom. Mine and Claire's.
There's no issue hearing the name this time. Your sister, Claire, right?
Yeah, my sister Claire.
How old are you?
I'm 19.
I was just in a hospital and a prison, basically.
Oh yeah, no, we both were.
Okay, so you're aware. You're aware of everything.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh shit. Wait, you said her name.
Yeah. Couldn't hear it before, couldn't understand it.
Yeah, I've been screaming it. I've been screaming it to the doctors over and over and over again, and nobody understands it.
It doesn't sound like Claire, I can tell you that much. It comes out wrong, twisted.
Well, now you know. Yeah, do you recognize that name?
Do I know that name? I was gonna say. No.
And he looks frustrated and sad, and then you see his eyes light up, and he jumps up off the bed, runs over to the desk on the side of his sister's room, picks up a photograph, and brings it over to you.
I'm guessing this is Claire?
It's a picture of the two of them, and you can tell immediately they are not identical twins, but there is a very strong resemblance. And you also immediately know that you have never seen her.
I'm sorry. I've never seen her before.
I mean, that's good, right? I mean, that's better than her being locked up and experimented. Wait, you didn't know I was there. So she could be she could also be there.
I didn't know you were there, but there were people in the ward that do. Casey and Gray, they told me your name. So I mean, they could be hiding her, but there is a chance if she is there, at least somebody else will know.
I don't know Casey and Gray.
Uh, I was gonna ask questions, but I feel like I have to believe you because they leave a bad impression. So that sounds about right. Gray's, I mean, pretty honestly, pretty chill. There's Casey's an asshole. You would remember Casey at the very least. Uh, I don't know how they knew about you then.
I mean, I've never been allowed to meet anyone before. You're the first person that I've met who wasn't one of the doctors.
Do you, this version of you, because I'm still a little confused about that, do you know how long you've been in Hemlock?
I wish I did. It feels like it's been forever. I don't think it's been years, but I don't know. They've kept me secluded from everyone else, and there's no way to track time.
You can bend reality, and they have somehow managed to keep you trapped.
I didn't used to be able to do that. I was just normal. I mean, frustratingly normal. It sucks when your parents are superheroes. You're supposed to follow in their footsteps. And me and Claire, our 18th birthday came and went.
You're not heroes? I'm sorry, your parents. Your parents are heroes, and you're not. Who are your parents?
Well, I mean, you you probably, I mean, you probably heard of them. Um, they and he stops talking, and then slowly says, I mean, it was like the classic. It was like the classic, you know, star quarterback, head cheerleader sort of thing. It was, wasn't it?
They're your parents, man.
It's weird. I try to think about them, and it's almost like I have these two images. Like I look at my mom and I see blonde hair, blue eyes, sparkly costume. But then it's different. Then her hair is dark. It's streaked with red, like blood. And
Do you
so is her costume.
do you have a picture of if you have their names? But I'm kind of, I don't know if this is that weird thing that was going on with your sister's name out there, but what are their names? Their hero names? What do they look like? Do you have a picture here of them?
And he starts sifting through and first starts on the pictures of that are on Claire's desk and kind of picks each one up, and you see mostly images of him and Claire. You see his sister performing at concerts at school. You see him on a bike doing motocross. And he doesn't seem to be expecting these images. Like each one he picks up, it's like he's convinced this is going to be it. And finally turns to you and says, This is wrong. This is my space. And I know that we had pictures of all of us here. That picture of my sister when she was singing lead in the concert, that was a picture of the whole family. We were all celebrating, but now it's me and her. And then this picture of me when I won the motocross competition, all of us were there. Like it's like they've been erased, and I don't get it because this space is mine. It's not supposed to be touched by anyone else.
But I'm here. Can somebody else have found their way in?
I don't think so, but you're right. I've never brought anyone here before. I didn't know that I could. I didn't know that if I said my sister's name and someone was here with me, they would finally be able to understand it.
Am I physically here? Or is this all...
I mean, I don't know how this shit works. Maybe. I don't know that I'm physically here. This is just a place I go to get away from everything. It's the only place I feel safe.
Balin looks pretty upset about that last statement. How do you get out? Don't get me wrong, this is way better than what the fuck is going on at Hemlock, but as much as I hate saying this, there's a lot of other people trapped there too. And some of them probably deserve to be in there, but not everyone. So I didn't say names, Harp.
We all knew what you were thinking. I really hope somebody screenshot the
I know,
chat
somebody
just then.
somebody
Yeah.
grab it.
Yeah,
Oh,
grab.
I got it.
Incredible. Caleb doesn't immediately respond. He walks over to the window and looks out. And without turning back to you, says, if I'm honest, I've never tried to leave, but it takes a lot of energy to stay here. Eventually, that energy runs out, and I'm back. I'm back wherever they're holding me again.
What do they do to you?
Mostly they just watch. It's really creepy.
Yeah.
They just let me scream and rant and beg, and they don't really say anything. They don't treat me like a person. feel like there's more, though. It's just bits and pieces, but I can remember almost being in like a hospital room. I can't give you much more than that. I mean, what's happening with you? Are they like running experiments? Like what's even happening here?
Honestly, right up until the new kid showed up, shitty group therapy and shitty food and uncomfortable beds. New kid's been here 2 days, maybe. I don't know how long I was out, and something broke in, something dark and terrifying. I found memory issues have started to happen. I don't remember everything. When you say hospital bed, you don't mean like the recovery bed that we were just in, that glass room.
No. I mean, I've been there a couple of times. I mean, like
on a table.
yeah.
Is this jarring anything for Valen?
It feels reminiscent of some of the flashes that you've gotten.
Okay. As far as I know, nobody's getting experimented on, aside from the whole fucking thing being some kind of weird social experiment. But I'm gonna look at my hands, and I assume that the marks are still there. I'll roll up my sleeves to show that they extend up the forearms. The sort of like purple lightning strike marks on Balin's hands and arms, and still staring at his hands, he's going to say, I walked into a facility and woke up sometime later in front of the set with these marks on my hands. And now there's something wrong with me, and I don't know what it is. I don't know what having powers feels like, but that might be what's happening. But you said your parents, they wanted you to follow in their footsteps, but you didn't have anything, and now you're out there locked up with the rest of us, bending reality.
I mean, not with the rest of you, but yeah, I mean, I couldn't do anything before. It wasn't until the disciples of Virgil took us that this happened. And as
I'm sorry, hoops.
as he says, the disciples of Virgil, you feel the room shake. And you see the walls start to shift, almost like a puzzle box being reconfigured. And then pieces start to drop out. And you realize that even though moments ago he was staring out the window, everything around you is just a white void. And Valen, you feel yourself falling once again.
Do I have time to reach out to him?
You do.
I'm gonna try to reach out to him. I don't, up to you if you feel like I have enough time to actually grab him, or I need to roll or whatever, but I think seeing the change, not like just instinctual in the way of Valen promising things that they cannot follow through on, is going to yell, you're not going to be alone anymore, as I'm reaching out to Caleb.
I'm debating if I want you to roll. And I think I'm going to do purely a luck roll. I want
Okay.
you to just roll 2 dice and add them together.
That's an 8, a 6, and a 2.
You grab Caleb's hand, and the two of you fall together. And we're going to find out where you land when we come back from
Fuck!
break. So don't go anywhere. We'll be back in 10 minutes for more mayhem. This.
Yeah.
No,
Yeah, that's
I
absolutely
really
what
hope
it
that's
is.
what it
I
is.
really think.
why
do
would
hope
they
it's joining the
worship
cult.
Scylla?
Why
HHV6.
not?
Because she has fucking crazy ass moths. I don't know.
That's
If
a really
I saw that, if I saw something like that, I'd be like, I gotta at least like think about making a cult over this, right?
That girl just had live moths coming out of her
Why-
hair. I
Yeah.
might need to worship her. Let me think on it. Though.
Why would
Sign
that
me
be
the
your
fuck up,
no?
honestly.
No, that would not be my first choice. My first choice would be that'd be a really cool Instagram post, like a really cool aesthetic post for Pinterest.
Just
like,
wait, hold
I-
that post, Scylla.
Yeah, I don't think my first like brain instinct would be like, let's form a cult. That seems like way too complicated. I could
Okay.
just become Instagram famous.
The specifics of the word cult, maybe not, but the immediacy of I'm obsessed with this person, hands down.
I mean,
And,
there's
like,
a
this is
lot
a
of cults that
religious
start on
experience.
Easy.
Instagram, so
That's true.
I could become an influencer and then start a cult on it. There we
What was
go.
her name? Teal?
Who?
Who was the influencer bitch?
That's a lot of people.
There's more than one. I feel.
That's true. That's true.
There's only
It's
one.
I'll look up,
concerning,
I'll
like,
look up which one I was talking about.
There's only Lululemon.
We have like had such a wild ride in these first like 60 seconds. Interestingly though, we're gonna pick back up with you, Scylla. So we know that Mara stayed in Elle's room for a little bit longer before going towards Connor's room and then deciding to make her way down the hall from that. Where did Scylla go after she left?
Well, Valen's in ICU. Bridget is probably not wanting to be disturbed. Don't know where Lucian
Oh,
is.
she 100% like walks by you and is like not making eye contact and is just heading straight for her room.
Yep, that's fine. Mara said she was going to apologize to Ellie, so not going to go to Ellie. So Scylla was going to wander back over to the garden, the indoor garden, and just kind of get a sense of what happened in there. How bad was it? So she can better understand how upset. Like, Connor was obviously very upset, but maybe seeing what upset him so much will help her understand maybe what to do or not do to make him feel better.
I'm just going to ask this because I need to know.
Okay.
There is now caution tape over it.
Mm-hmm.
Does that stop Scylla?
She cautiously walks under it.
That is the correct
Oh, gotta
answer.
be careful! And just limbos under.
I love Scylla so much.
She my baby.
All right, Scylla. So you take the word literally and you move with caution.
Yes.
You do not let it stop you.
Doesn't say stop. It says caution.
They're going to realize that they made this mistake at some point, but today
Are
is not
they?
that day.
They're not. They haven't yet.
And so, Scylla, you step in and you see the same sight that Connor did. You see just branches and vines that have withered, that look almost blackened. It doesn't look like a garden anymore. And you too see what looks like the scorched outline of a body. And then you hear someone clear their throat from behind you.
Scylla just kind of turns around and is just like, I was careful.
And you see that figure in the janitor's outfit, a featureless white mask on their face. And they tilt their head and look at you for a moment before saying, "You're not supposed to be in here."
Oh, I'm sorry. Has Scylla seen Zeph before?
Occasionally,
Okay,
they're
so
around.
she would know who they are, but they've likely not interacted.
No, you have never spoken to them before.
I mean, I haven't touched anything, so I just wanted to get a sense of what happened and how bad the damage was. Pretty bad.
Why?
Because this was a nice space, and I know some of my friends would be really upset, and one of them saw it and got really upset. So I thought, if I see it, maybe it'll help me know the best way to make them feel calmer, settled, safe.
That is a nice thing to do.
I thought it was. Thank you.
It will be a nice place again.
Did you make it nice before? Did you grow? Well, they weren't real, but they looked nice. It looked like someone who was familiar with the outdoors made it. Did you make it?
The flowers?
Yeah.
They were real.
They were? Oh, some of them weren't. Not all the plants in here were real. That's okay.
There are many things in here that are not real. The plants are not one of them.
That's good to know. Just in the garden that's not real?
Are you real?
Are you? How would I know if I wasn't real?
That is an interesting question.
Right?
I am real.
So am I.
What do they call you?
Scylla. Scylla Tarn, I picked it. What do you like to be called?
They call me Zeph.
Is that what you want to be called?
I have never thought about that before. It is the name I was given.
Oh. Well, it's nice to meet you. And she holds out her hand for a handshake.
And they take your hand. They are wearing gloves, so you do not make contact with their skin. And they're still studying you. You chose your name.
Well, yeah, I didn't have one when I woke up, so I had to think of one. And I picked it because I like how the sounds sounded when I said them out loud. And then it turns out my name's from a sea monster. Isn't that cool?
Scylla.
Yes.
Scylla.
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 That's what I did! I'd like to roll to pierce the mask.
I would love for you to do that.
Scylla's curious. It's mundane. That's a 9.
All right, you get one question. What are you really planning? What do you want me to do? What do you intend to do? How could I get your character to blank? And how could I gain influence over you?
What do you intend to do?
So it's a little jarring when Scylla is trying to get this read on Zeph because their simple, straightforward answer to that is they want to secure this area. You can see that they have the supplies to fix the door, that there are cleaning supplies as well, presumably to handle some of the debris that is still here. But something catches your attention, Scylla, as you're kind of gazing around, trying to get a read on this person. There are missing pieces to all of those projects. There is wood, but there are no nails. The bucket and mop, there's no water in it. Mop looks like it's hardly been used. It seems like all of this is staged. So what Zeph intends to do is likely not what they're here to do. They do seem very interested in getting to know you.
A friend. Look, Scylla just got rejected by friendship. She's feeling a little sad. She's not smart. How long have you worked here, Zeph?
Oh, in this building?
Mm-hmm.
I've been here since it was built.
When was it built?
I believe that was 1986.
Oh. It's not that long ago. And Dr. Foxglove's been. All the doctors have been here the whole time?
The doctors have always been here, much as I have always been here.
Because they hired you. Or there was a different way you got here.
They let me work.
What would have happened if they hadn't let you work?
I don't know. What do people do if they don't work?
They find somewhere else to work, I would imagine.
Then that is what I would have done.
You're very interesting. I don't think I've met anyone like you. I mean that as a compliment. Usually I'm the one people are like, oh wow, I've never met anyone like you. It's nice to find someone else similar to that. Again, as a compliment. If that was okay to say. I hope that was okay to say.
Why would it not be a compliment?
Well, some people take things a certain way if there's. What was it Luke said to me? If certain phrases are open to interpretation, sometimes people can take the worst option. So I try to remember to clarify, because I don't want to be rude or insulting.
Why would they not take the words you say as the words you say?
I don't know,
That does not make sense.
right? Doesn't. Well, do you like working here at least?
It is always interesting.
Interesting is a fun way of saying it's not boring, but not giving a clear answer.
It is not boring.
Obviously, you said interesting. Do they give you better breakfast than they give us? It was oatmeal day. They don't give us fruit. Do you give fruit?
It has been a long time since I have eaten fruit.
What? Why?
Why would I?
It's tasty.
Lots of things are tasty.
Well, do they give you something tasty at least?
They keep me fed.
That was me reacting, not Scylla. If you remake the garden, can you put an apple tree in it so we can have apples? Will you consider it at least?
Like in the Garden of Eden.
I mean, I guess if you want to think of it that way, I wasn't. I mean, are they going to be special apples that let us, like, know things? I was just talking about regular apples. You can get apples that are not regular apples?
You can get a lot of things.
Where? Here?
And for the first time, you see Zeph starting to get uncomfortable. And they look somewhere over your shoulder. And then just say, I need to get back to work.
I look over my shoulder. Is there anything there?
There isn't. Not even a camera. Sorry, I'm distracted by Elsie.
It was a kitty. It's so cute. That's what he saw. He saw a cat. He just wants to play with the cat. Could I assess the situation?
Please do. I was
Yay.
about to ask you to do that.
I was like, I want to figure out the fuck is this. Hey, a private room though. There's no camera. Noted.
There's no camera there.
Oh, balls.
You know there are other cameras.
Oh, I
in
thought
this
they got
room.
crisped. Rest of the dead. Sorry, Noah. Superior. Ooh, that's my bad one. Okay. Unsurprisingly. No, that's a fail. So I get an experience point. Yay.
Scylla, what were you most hoping to find when you looked around?
I was trying to find a sense of what made Zeph uncomfortable and stop the conversation.
And so you follow Zeph's gaze. You look behind you. You see nothing. You turn back to them. And there's a moment that featureless mask seems to distort. And you don't know if it's that. You don't know if it's something else, but the hair on the back of your neck starts to rise. And you feel the moths starting to get agitated. And you don't know why, but you know you need to get out of here now.
It was really nice to finally get to talk to you, Zeph. I'll be around, obviously. Feel free to say hi. You can meet some of my other friends. Can I ask you something really quick as I walk towards the door? And she will start, like, backwards walking towards the door. But then remember the caution tape said to be cautious, so she's sideways walking towards the door. To make sure she doesn't walk through it.
Zeph does not give you an answer either way.
Okay, when what happened to Noah happened, did what happened to his body? They give it to his family?
Scylla, you feel the temperature in the room drop. And it's strange. It is almost like the lights are going out, the lights are dimming, but that's not possible because there's a skylight. And that's been letting in outside light, presumably, this entire time. But even that is gone. And the room is in darkness, much like the darkness you saw in each of your nightmares.
Oh, I fucked up.
And you hear... At first, you don't even hear it. You feel almost a breath ghosting across your cheek. But it's not just air, it's a word. And you don't realize it in that moment, I think. I think you don't realize it until the light comes back in and you realize you're on the other side of the caution tape now, back in the hallway. But the word you heard was Lethe.
Okay. It was nice to meet you. Your mask is really cool. Watch out for the darkness. It's not nice. Bye.
And Zeph has gone back to work at this point, at least from what you can see in the room. They have the mop in hand and are moving it across the floor.
Mop
in a
with no
rhythmic
water.
pattern.
Scylla will just kind of feel like that was a lot. Oh no, and just kind of wander away and then just kind of pauses in the hallway because she'd be like, I should tell Connor. Connor said not to bother him. I can't tell Mara because Mara wants space. Should I tell Ellie? Maybe they've talked already. I will go towards the day room.
And just for clarity, I'm gonna need to know where Mara and Connor are both heading at this moment.
Heading to the day room.
Mara is waiting for Elle outside the day room.
Okay. Elle, are you staying in the day room?
Yeah. Wait, can I see Mara? Like, are you standing there?
I don't think she's like looking in or anything, but I think she's like kind of pacing outside, maybe clearly waiting for something or just passing time, maybe.
And so what I'm hearing is all four of you are converging in the area around the day room.
I don't like the way you said that, but I guess that's what we're doing.
It's always in the fucking day room.
Yeah. It's supposed to be a pleasant place, but JD makes it not pleasant at all, so...
Listen, Casey and Gray aren't even here. I don't know what to tell you.
They do make it more unpleasant. So yes, we are. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And so, Scylla, you see Mara kind of standing in the hallway, pacing back and forth. You likely walk up towards the day room right around the time Connor is too. And Elle and Onyx are inside. What do you do?
Hey,
Hi, Connor. Are you feeling better?
he's gonna give you a hug.
Yay! And she just kind of semi crawls up and just wraps around him and gives him a big, big hug. Is this a good hug? Is
Yeah.
it too much hug?
No, this is a good hug.
I should have asked first, but yay! And just keeps hugging. Just
I hugged you, Scylla. I initiated the hug.
I know, but boundaries are important. How are you feeling?
Better.
I am so glad. Is there anything you'd like or need, or is there anything I can do? Are you good?
I'm good. How are you? Are you okay?
I'm okay. I got to meet Zeph. He's the janitor. Yeah, he wears that white mask all the time.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's kind of weird like me. They. Let's go with they. They're kind of weird like me. They're not exactly
Okay.
like me. They talk funny, kind of like I talk funny.
Have we seen Zeph before?
You've seen Zeph before.
Okay, and with the mask all the time?
Always.
He never takes that off.
Gotcha. I just wanted to make sure that wasn't like a new thing. It was just kind of like, what's happening? Okay. Well, that's good, right?
I think so.
Okay.
I mean, it's a little weird. It's like I met him at the garden, if that's okay to say, and if it's not, I can change the subject because I don't want to make you sad again.
I'm okay.
Okay.
I promise.
Well, he was there to clean up, but it was weird because he had like half the stuff you need to clean up and repair stuff. Like he had the mop, but there was no water in the bucket, but he was mopping with it. And then he had like wood and a hammer, but no nails. I think he had a hammer. Did he have a hammer, JD? On the cart?
Yeah, there was a toolbox.
Toolbox. He has a toolbox. So maybe the nails weren't there. But he was mopping without water. I asked him if he could like plant a tree, like an apple tree, so we could have fruit, like when it was oatmeal day. And then maybe like, but then it got weird because I felt like he saw something that made him stop talking to me, and I couldn't tell what it was. And then it got really dark again briefly, and then it wasn't dark anymore, and I was outside the room. It was weird. Do you know what lethe is? I feel like I know that word from somewhere. I can't remember.
Do I? Do I know? How do you spell that?
I think there's a TH in it. Lethe. Wait, no, I do know this word. No, Luke was telling me stuff about. It's Greek. It's
like your name?
Yeah, like my name. Oh, that is a funny coincidence. If it was a coincidence. Huh.
I don't think it was a coincidence. So.
Oh. I mean, he seemed really nice.
Did he say lethe?
I don't know. It was right before I moved between inside the room and outside the room without knowing I did. It felt like someone was whispering it against my cheek. It was really weird. But I don't think it was Zeph. I don't think. It got really dark. Forgetfulness! That's it! It's the river in Hades that makes you forget if you drink from it. Oh. Oh, that is awkward.
Like you forgot?
Maybe. That's what the doctors have been telling me since I got here. There's something I forgot that I did. But I don't remember doing it.
Did they tell you what that was?
I mean,
Just that
that's
you did something.
that's the weird thing. No one knows what it was, except they said there was a lot of like energy in the area where it happened, which is where I was supposedly, because it was in town, but nothing happened. No one's missing, nothing was damaged. So just because there was a lot of energy, but everything is still normal, what happened?
Right.
And it's weird because, like, why do they? I mean, I guess something happened, but I don't know why they think it was me. Maybe I did do something and I just forgot. Does that ever happen to you?
No, I
Oh,
remember. It's okay.
but I am okay. I am safe.
Good. Good. Um, where's everyone else?
I want to make a
Um,
quick note. I think right when Connor and Scylla like hugged and were being all happy, Mara was kind of like hovering around until then, and at that moment she walked into the day room.
Okay, we're gonna pan over in that case
Uh-oh.
to the day
Mara's
room.
allergic to happiness. Sorry. Sorry, you guys are being cute and
Jesus.
happy. I can't be here anymore. I've got to go cause drama somewhere else.
So as Scylla and Connor are having this conversation, what is Mara doing as she walks into the day room and sees Elle and Onyx there?
Hello.
Hi, Mara.
Looks at Onyx. If you don't mind, I have something to talk to Ellie about.
And Onyx does not seem like they want to argue with Mara, but they do look at Elle kind of questioningly.
Elle would like just shrug her shoulders, like what could this? I don't know what this about.
And so I think in that case, Onyx, you haven't indicated to them that like you need them here for anything, so they will just stand up, sign goodbye, and head out, passing Connor and Scylla in the hallway, leaving Mara and Elle to have a conversation.
Ellie, I just wanted to let you know, Scylla had a really concerning vision where you were being controlled by your necklace and hurting a lot of people. So I went ahead and took care of that for you.
What?
Hmm?
None of that made any sense, Mara. You are literally telling me that.
She didn't want to tell you. She was afraid it would upset you. She's a good friend.
Ellie's gonna like look to the door and like see Scylla and Connor there, and then like I assume there's like a clock on the wall of the day room, and look at the clock, and I assume this all has taken place over like 15 minutes or so. I don't know.
I think that's fair to say, maybe 15 to 20 minutes at most. Yeah, it has not been a long time.
Mara, Scylla hasn't been in here or anywhere near here in the last 15 minutes. I don't think there would have been time for her to tell me anything concerning.
Oh, well, yeah. Of course not. We dealt with it quickly. Um there was a really dark presence emanating from your room. She wanted to make sure you were safe. Really concerned about you again. And then she walked in, and when she got near your necklace, her hair started burning. And all that. So I took matters into my own hands.
Again, none of this seems to make any sense.
Sorry, what can I clarify?
I don't know. Scylla wouldn't go in my room without me. She never goes in anyone's room without asking. She doesn't even hug people without asking. And you're telling me she suddenly had a vision?
She asked
And
me.
She asked you.
Well, here's the thing with her. She wants to do something, and she asks. She knows it's right. She knew it was the right thing to do, but she needed permission to do it. So.
And you gave her permission to go in my room? Actually, you know what? Hold on, Mara. Scylla's right there. Why don't we ask her actually what happened for you to take matters into your own hands? And
Okay,
what exactly does that mean, that you took matters into your own hands, Mara? What do you mean you took matters into your own hands to get rid of my necklace?
Are we going to ask Scylla, or are we going to continue this conversation? I'm fine either way.
Well, the conversation will continue regardless.
Okay. I just want to let you know, before anything happens, Scylla is afraid of hurting people's feelings. She wouldn't tell me she wouldn't tell you what she told me, rather. And the necklace is gone, Al.
What do you mean the necklace is gone, Mara?
I mean, you don't have to worry about it anymore.
I wasn't worried about it. I had
Maybe that's a
plan.
problem.
I was going to handle it. I wasn't worried because I had a plan to handle it.
Connor.
I didn't need you to handle it for me, whatever that means. I don't know. I'm so sorry if you can hear that. Hold on.
Is there a cricket?
What is that?
It is a cat toy.
Oh,
And it will keep going. I didn't need you to handle it for me. There is a lot that you have just said that deserves more explanation, I think, before I start jumping to conclusions. And her hands are like, there's no gloves on them. She did just have that entire scene with Onyx, so she has not since then put them back on. And her fists are clenched knuckles are white because she's trying her best not to jump to conclusions, to get too worked up, to lose control of what she just was able to control. And I think in her head, Scylla being there is probably the most like concrete, if you can consider it concrete, it's not really stable, way to keep herself under control, because she has never really been upset with Scylla since coming here, and she's always got a level head. I'm so sorry, Steph, I'm dragging you into this.
Listen,
No, Scylla did this. Scylla did this.
I know it's probably really hard, and I'm really sorry that you had to make that sacrifice.
I didn't make any sacrifice. You took something from me in my room. You went in my room. You took something that was mine, and what? You destroyed it? You threw it in the trash can? Where there's nowhere to go in this place. So what you got rid of it, that doesn't make any sense unless you used your powers, which so far you have been, since I've met you, reluctant to even talk about.
Okay. What do you want me to answer first?
What gave you the right to go into my room and to violate that boundary and take something that was mine less than 5 minutes after that whole event happened, not even giving me a chance to handle something on my own?
It hurt Scylla. Very plainly and clearly.
Yeah, it also
I've known
hurt
her.
Connor.
Yeah. I agree with that.
So why didn't you talk to me?
Because this would happen, Al.
Would it?
You tell me. I mean, listen.
I am telling you.
The way you talked to Scylla after that happened to Connor, it didn't give me a lot of hope, I guess. It was very defensive about the necklace. And it didn't seem like you had other people's best interests at heart in the moment.
Mara,
Yes.
you've been here, what, less than 48 hours?
Around 48 hours.
How much have you actually spoken to me?
How much do I need to?
Well, clearly more than you have to know that there is more to me than just one interaction. If you spoke to me about having a plan for the necklace, maybe I would have considered doing something about it that wasn't in my plan. I was just going to have Rook come get it, because clearly he would know more about the necklace that he gave me, and that this has never happened before, so something is wrong with it. He has the resources out there to deal with something like this. So you don't know me at all to say that you wouldn't expect a good reaction if you came and talked to me.
Well, I think we handle the unknown in different ways. You like to give things up, give it up to Rook. If something's out of your control with somebody who can better control it, that's a good thing. I'm not the same way. I'd rather take things into my own hands. And so you're right. I don't think I know you. So I would rather know that that necklace isn't going to hurt anybody. You included, can I say? So I said you were destroying and hurting everything
In a
in
vision.
her vision?
In a vision. So something that's not real. Or something that's not real yet. Things change.
Okay.
And that was the last thing that I had from my mentor. And it is the only thing that I still have from out there. Instead of being in this hellhole with nothing but watching the white on the walls. We don't even have a garden anymore, and now I don't even have this. You can't bring it back, can you?
I'm sorry.
Are you?
Listen, I will talk to Rook, whoever. I'm sure he can get a new one. I'm sure they seem to be really close with the set, so I don't see why he couldn't bring another necklace. I'll
I
pay
don't
for
think-
it, really genuinely.
I don't think you need to talk to him at all, and I don't think you need to talk to me about this anymore.
Okay.
I think you should listen for once to what I have to say and to what Scylla has to say. And I'm going to motion for Scylla to come over here. Because I've heard your story. Now let's hear hers.
Scylla just kind of very awkwardly, like, she says to Connor, like, I made a mistake. And then just kind of slinks in and is just like,
What do you mean you? He's gonna watch. absolutely gonna watch.
I'm
What?
really sorry, Ellie. Connor, I kind of helped Mara get rid of Ellie's necklace because it was infected by the darkness, and I didn't ask her first, and that was rude and a violation of her boundaries, and I'm really sorry, Ellie. You're right. I should have gone to you first. I was just worried about what it could do and how it would hurt you. And I thought it would be okay.
How would it hurt her?
Because it's her neck. Well, because I had a vision when I stared at it, and I saw it around Ellie's neck as Ellie was floating in the sky. It had all these dark tendrils around Ellie, and she was wearing this costume, the sparkly kind of, but it was all black, and it almost looked like Ellie was being puppeted, and all the tendrils were going into the buildings around her because she was in the middle of a city block, and it was stretching all throughout the city, and there was a lot of screaming. And Ellie wasn't in control. It's like whatever was in the necklace was puppeting her.
Oh,
And it made
Don't-
my hair burn and wriggle.
made your hair burn?
It made me feel really hot. She kind of leans into Connor. She's like, "There's moths in my hair. I have more friends now.
Oh,
They're like from my dream. I think it was burning them.
oh.
Yeah.
Connor, how did the necklace hurt you?
He doesn't have to get into that if he doesn't want to.
You're right, you don't have to. Genuinely.
It showed me something of my past. Something that is extremely painful to talk about.
Then please, you don't have to talk about anything. I just want to say, regardless of if I'm at fault here, I think I am. Everybody here motions to people that aren't Ellie is glad that that's gone.
You know,
You
I'm not
can-
glad I hurt Ellie.
But you're glad the necklace is gone.
I'm glad it can't hurt her like it did when I saw it.
Of course. I am too.
Scylla,
Yes.
did you have the vision first, or did you go to my room first?
I went to your room to look at it first to see if I could get a sense if there was what was wrong and how bad, but I didn't touch it. I just looked at it first, and then I had the vision.
And why didn't you come talk to me first?
I talked to Mara first because she was there, and then she said she was gonna talk to you.
She said she was going to talk to me, and I'm going to
Mhm.
look directly at Mara. Well, she didn't. And then what happened?
Well, she said that you would understand because of how dangerous it was, and then she told me to stay in the hallway in case destroying it got really. It was a lot, since she didn't want me to get hurt, and so I stood a ways back while she stayed in the room and took care of it. Which was really brave of her, but yeah, I didn't realize she hadn't talked to you first, and I'm sorry.
And what was Mara going to my room to do before you saw her?
She was coming with me because we thought it would be okay to look at the necklace and try to get a sense of it, of how bad it was. Because, like, you left it in your room, and after all that stuff happened, something must be wrong with it because you never take it off. And it was like, well, if it's just looking, it should be okay. And she came just to make sure nothing happened. I'm
Okay.
really sorry. I violated your boundaries and I'm hurt you, and I'm really sorry, Ellie. And it's okay, you don't have to forgive me. But just
Scylla,
know that I'm really sorry.
Scylla, you don't have to apologize to her. I'm the one that's in the wrong here, okay?
Yes, I know, but I helped.
I tricked you for
Yes.
reasons that would hurt Ellie later. You didn't hurt Ellie at all. Ellie, I think we can agree that Scylla had good intentions. And with me saying that your permission was given, that she didn't do anything nearly as bad as me. Right?
Why are you trying to be the bad guy?
I'm just saying things how they happened.
Sure. But you could have had this conversation before. I know the statement is ask for forgiveness, don't beg for forgiveness, don't ask for permission. But we're all in here together. This place isn't going to do us any favors. You don't need to hurt people to protect yourself.
I'm not protecting myself. I'm protecting Elle. I'm the only person here that the necklace didn't hurt.
And I still would have given Elle the chance to make it right.
Well, she can make it right in ways that don't involve having a necklace that's only function is to hurt people, right?
Sure.
She can make it up, right? She could say sorry to you. You know, I haven't heard from Elle. I'm sorry, Connor. After her necklace hurt you.
She didn't make the necklace hurt Connor. It was the darkness with teeth that infected it.
My point is, even if your intentions, while mean-spirited, were good, Elle doesn't have that choice anymore.
Yes. I took it away. I made that choice.
It wasn't yours to make, Mara. Let me make this perfectly clear. Thank you, Connor. Thank you, Scylla. Scylla, I'm not mad. I'm disappointed. Mara,
That's fine.
Uncalled for.
I am mad.
And that's fine too.
I know.
So, like I said, let me make this perfectly clear to you. You stay out of my room. You stay out of my business. You don't touch anyone's things that aren't theirs, and you don't take matters into your own hands without talking to someone first. None of us are heroes in here. You don't get to act out and be one. So if you do it again, I won't be as nice. And I'm not going to hold back next time. And my hand is absolutely going to like grab the collar of the jumpsuit and pull her closer. And I mean it.
You really are reckless.
Reckless? Reckless is touching something that's not yours, destroying it, and not knowing if it's going to harm the other person. But I think I have answers now to other things that happened while you were being reckless. I'm going to shove her away, and it's like, I have a phone call to make. If there is anything not like nailed to the ground during this entire confrontation, it was rattling from telekinesis.
Oh, things were absolutely rattling. And I think actually in that moment, you're all realizing that. You're all feeling this tension and energy radiate throughout the room. And that's why it's alarming when there's a cracking sound. Like something is shattering. You think, in fact, the ceiling might be about to come down.
I'm immediately putting myself over everyone. I don't know how far away Ellie got, but it's just full giant. There's a giant umbrella over over everyone.
Like 2 angry cats in a bag. Ellie and Mara out in there.
I didn't get far. It was like one step before that happened.
Okay, cool. Then it's an immediate like whoop.
I think Mara is like on the ground after Ellie shoved her. She's not physically strong at all. So I think she's just on the ground. And as Connor is kind of covering her and other people up, you guys need to get away from me.
Why? Oh, I mean, you
need to
asked
get
me
away from
to.
me right now. Please, Connor, I'll be fine. Please get away from me.
I'm on a scoop. I'm looking up at the ceiling.
The ceiling seems fine, but to Mara's point, gravity seems to be getting weird.
Mm-hmm.
It seems to be getting heavier.
Got it. Okay.
Oh,
Okay.
why can't it ever be floaty? I want to float. Why is it always got to be heavy?
Okay. Hold on. Huh. Mara?
What?
No.
You mean no?
You always say to get away from you, to run. No. We're
Connor,
here together.
Connor, I'm
Focus.
Connor, I need you to understand. I am not like you or you or you. I can't control
can.
this, and it's stronger than anything else. I am a
You
bomb.
can. Okay. And I'm a monster.
No.
We fight against it.
I
Okay.
can.
I'm going to gently toss the other two away.
I have a question over like out of character. Does it feel like Mara is like tomorrow, like she's using her powers?
No.
That I think even if Connor threw Ellie, she'd land. It's okay. She's good with being thrown and landing. Fine. Like tuck and roll, whatever. And then stand up and let's see what Connor's about to do. But also ask, are you using your powers, Mara?
I don't know. I haven't ever done it on purpose before that today, and right after I did it, I already tasted blood, and I don't know what's going to happen.
Do you taste blood now?
You do
Yeah.
not.
Oh shit! I thought it's left over. No, just nothing.
Nothing.
Oh shit!
Okay. Okay. Is this not you?
What else would it be?
Oh no, it's been really
Anything.
weird here lately.
We're in an asylum full of metas. It could be anything. I'm gonna try and lift her up.
Do you allow that to happen, Mara?
No. She would do everything in her power to not do that. She wouldn't intentionally use her powers, is what I will say. But she is going to get out of Connor's hands.
Yeah, I mean, it is an offer of a hand. He's not just going yoink, but it is
Okay.
an offer. Yeah.
She would like scutter back on her back.
Mara,
What?
I know you are scared. But you don't have to face this alone.
Connor, I thought you were like me. I need you to understand you're not. I saw you having fun. I saw you smiling. I saw you laughing. I'm so happy for you, genuinely. You need to understand that I'm different. I'm not here for the reasons you all are here. And I can't act like what helps you will help me, okay? So please take them and go.
Look at me.
And Mara's crying, looking up at you.
Mm-hmm. You think I don't know? You think I don't understand? I am made of stone. It doesn't matter what you're here for. It doesn't matter that you're different. We're all different. Look at Scylla. Look at Ellie. Valen. We're all different. But if we run away from each other, if we try and pick our corners, then nothing will change. We can't grow. They're not going to do it for us. I'm pointing directly at a camera, just so that everyone's aware. This place is bad. Some of us deserve to be here. But it's our job to make sure that we get to a place where maybe we can get out again. I'm not gonna be like Noah. And I don't want you to be either. I know you're scared, but I'm not. I'm gonna hold out my hand again.
And Mara will take it. And just to Connor, since Connor is close, as she's kind of getting her footing, leaning into Connor. I'm not here to get better. And is going to start to walk with him.
Hey, Connor, I'd like you to roll with Mundane to do a comfort or support roll.
Yay!
Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna roll with Freak instead.
Cool.
Ooh!
Yeah, it's gonna be an 11.
Let's go.
All right, Harp. You can mark potential, clear a condition, or shift labels. I think you've opened up very much, so you have all of those options available.
Okay.
And you can clear a condition yourself if you have one, Q.
Hell yeah.
I am going to shift my labels.
Ooh.
I am going to lower my danger by 1 and up my freak by 1.
Fuck yes.
Yeah.
Hey, little girl, little leaf.
Freak like me. Okay. When Mar gets up and we start walking, are we still feeling that heaviness? Is
You
the cracking
are,
still happening?
and the cracking is still happening. And what
Okay.
happens next happens incredibly fast because
Mhm.
there is a moment where you, especially you, Mara, swear that a black hole is opening in the ceiling, but it doesn't look quite like a black hole, nor does it feel that way, despite what's happening with gravity. Because there is a tinge of rainbow to it. And Valen and Caleb come crashing down through the ceiling to the floor, both landing on their feet. Like, it doesn't seem like they've fallen far enough to hurt them. You, of course, recognize Valen. You do not necessarily recognize, except for you, Connor, maybe a brief glimpse once upon a time of rainbow-colored hair, the young man standing beside him, who is dressed not in the straitjacket, but in the jeans and t-shirt that he was wearing wherever the two of you just were.
Caleb.
That?
What?
Valen! You're well!
Scylla, Ellie, yeah.
Is that a new power?
Valen has powers now?
Yeah, those powers now?
I don't
Mara's
have
still crying.
shit.
So if Mara will allow, Connor will have an arm around, just like, got you, buddy.
Sure.
No, that's and I'm pointing to Caleb, but I am looking at the doors. I am looking for orderlies, and I am also looking for a weapon.
Simple.
And where we are going to bring this
No,
episode to a
please.
close
Please,
No.
JD,
is
please.
as you look,
10 more minutes,
Valen,
please.
you do see orderlies making their way down the hall.
Fuck.
You see Caleb looking around in confusion and panic, and you do see that rainbow aura starting to ripple out from him.
Shit.
You do not see anything that would make for a good weapon, because of course
That's okay.
everything in here is designed to not be a weapon.
I'm holding hands with Caleb. That's the best weapon right now. Let's go.
Hey.
And before
What's happening? There's a fucking rainbow. What's happening?
No, I'm
Get
not gonna do
shit.
something stupid. Never mind.
Oh.
you see the orderlies holding back. And then Dr. Foxglove
Fuck.
Fuck off.
walks up. I just have to look at one thing really quick because I opened
No.
the wrong document. It's fine. Don't worry about
Stop
it.
it. What are you looking at?
I don't
Stop
know
looking
why
at it.
you're concerned.
I don't like this
Every time
man.
In your mouth, I'm concerned.
And so you see Dr. Foxglove walk up. He surveys the scene in front of him and then says, "Well, everyone, I suppose you have met Caleb. He will be staying in room 13.
What?
And as we close, you all stand there with that look on your face that each of you are giving me. Because there is no room 13.
What?
And that is where we are going
Hey,
to leave
hold
tonight's
the fuck
session.
What do you
up.
mean?
You fucking
JD, what the
monster.
fuck?
What the fuck?
10 more minutes.
10 minutes.
Don't worry about it. Don't worry
10
JD,
minutes.
come
about
on,
it.
10 minutes.
10 minutes
Hey.
and then lights out. It's bedtime. It's fine. 10 minutes.
Hey, JD.
Yeah, what's up?
Hey, what the fuck?
What room 13?
I mean, the what the fuck is really going to come in. Slight spoiler alert that when you go back out into the halls, there is a 13th room.
I am going to get loot from this building one way or another. It's gonna be Scylla's fucking friend if she has to punch it. And she's not good at punching, so I really hope it's her friend. Oh my god, what the fuck?
We had I think the bigger question that I'll just, put out there for you to mull over is why did they put him in room 13 when I just have to double check this room
There's
12
like 2 empty rooms.
and
Mhm.
room
Mhm.
8 are
Uh-huh.
both empty.
There was space.
Yep.
Yeah.
What the fuck?
We've had a time here tonight.
This place is cursed as fuck.
JD,
I
I
don't
need
know
you,
what's
I need you
going
to
on
check your
anymore.
DMs.
Did it just say
Please.
fuck you?
It's just knife emojis.
Interesting question. Interesting
I-
questions from Kian.
Hate this fucking family.
What, Kian, what'd you ask though? Kian, what'd you ask though?
Don't make me
Kian.
drop the gift. Don't make me drop
Don't use the fucking gift. Don't use the gift.
Don't use
God
the gift.
damn it.
Wait, which one? There's
Kian.
3 I could use.
All of
Kian,
them.
What did you ask?
All of them at
though?
once.
Kian, please.
You all were incredible tonight. So we are going to do our outros as my cast is reeling from where I have left them. Starting with Harp.
Hey everybody, I'm fucking Harper, I guess. I was Mara, who definitely doesn't feel bad about the things that she did. Yeah, you can find me on, oh my god, okay. Beacons of Farlight tomorrow night. That's on High Shelf Collective. It's a Beacon campaign where I play Maisie. She is she fights with chains that come out of her body. And then the day after that, you can see the finale of Project Reach Extraction on this channel. It's a campaign that I like a lot. That's all I'm gonna say on it for now. I like it a lot. You can find me on Twitter at Harping Harp. You can find me on YouTube at Harping Harp. And I live in your computer, so just remember that. That's it.
Incredible. We're going to jump over Kian since he goes last. So we're going to jump to Q.
Hello. I am Q. You can find me pretty much everywhere on the internet at Midnight Inc. That's midnight_INQ. Q is my name. I'm sure you get it. Save a horse, ride a cowboy. I am doing way too many things all over the fucking place. On alternating Tuesdays, you can see me over at Live from the Apocalypse, where I am playing the gay neon cowboy. Okay. In the Nephilim Teneverse game run by Will. This Thursday, you can see me, right, with Redacted, where JD is also running me through What the Fuck games, which is fun. On Friday, we're going to be back to Table 1 of Ass the Sass, which we love, and I'm very much so looking forward to it. And then on Saturday, also live from the Apocalypse, you can see me at Class Reunion, where I'm playing Kira, who is having a lot of feelings It's fine. He didn't just lose his boyfriend to the abyss that sent him back to his homeworld. It's fine. And then finally on Sunday, I am over at RPGs Uncovered, playing the Starcrier Conflict. There's another cowboy. I keep making cowboys. Desperado, who just had a really fancy party. Also, he gold plated his prosthetic leg to look like a cowboy boot, and it was great. So I know y'all can't see it, but I have a demon in the background for me.
We can see it, and it is disconcerting.
Oh, the eyes!
Yeah. Freya. Yeah, there it is. Perfect.
Scariest thing that's happened tonight. All right, Steph, you are up next.
Hi, I've been Scylla. She follows the rules, sort of. The rules are flexible like her. She made a new friend tonight. I'm sure it'll be fine. Two new friends. Well, hopefully two new friends if Caleb wants to be your friend. You can find me this Thursday at Live from the Apocalypse in Redacted, also known as David Lynch's 24, but we're past the 24-hour mark. It's a time, and a Season of Secrets Shadows, of course, Table 1 is this Friday. I believe Table 2 is this
The table we don't know is Friday. They will insist that they are Table 1. You will
Yes.
insist that you are Table 1.
My table comes back. It's next Saturday.
Yep, you come back on the 25th.
Yeah, see how my probable breakup with my boyfriend goes. And then, is that it? Yeah, other than that, I am also here. So, yeah, you can pop in and see those fun shows.
And now we will jump to LC.
Nobody read the captions. Don't. It's fine. I don't even know anything about that show except for one thing, and he's good for you. It's fine. He's good for you. It's fine. I don't know. I know
He put a collar on me that shut off my powers because I'm too broken to handle them. Is he good for me?
no.
The hesitation, LC.
Just like, hot question mark?
Shut up. I'm LC. I constantly destroy myself. Nobody needs to snipe me. I'll snipe myself. I'm optimistic on all social media. I'm not going to spell it for you. It is above me, probably this side. Anyways, I played Ellie. I'm sorry for being mean, Harp. I don't like being mean. And I
Sorry,
can be.
You just apologize to me for being mean and they call us villains?
Yeah.
Sure. Okay. All right.
It makes me feel icky to be mean.
You hold on. Hold the
What?
fuck on.
Oh, here we go. Every time. Okay, come on, Q. What is it today? What do you have for me today?
Okay, first of all, lose the fucking attitude. Secondly, how many times do you just randomly be out with "fuck you" to anyone who says anything?
That is my
about
love language.
anything?
That is my love language.
Your love language is mean, so don't be ooh ooh ooh. Play the shit. Let's go.
It's not mean. It's my love language.
Sure.
Look.
Proceed. I'm ready to go home.
No, I have
Our
your
home.
back. I have your back, Elsie. I know
Thank
it's
you.
your love language.
Fuck you, Q. Anyways. You can find me every other alternating Monday on Lost Caravan playing my little mech pilot. She's fine. I rolled to Cascade for myself and my NHP 8 times last night. I did not hit one once. I have not hit one any time in this entire campaign. So fuck you, Hoop. I am still winning that. The odds are so in my favor. I purposely chose to blow up last night because it was funny. And then every other Tuesday here. And then when's the next time I play on Singularity? That will be the 1st of June. where I am trying to figure out who's being gaslit. Is it me? Is it my fiance? I don't know. Are we still engaged? This is the second time I've had to figure out someone coming back and if I'm engaged still or not. I don't know. We're having a good time there. And then I think that's it until we come back with the Old Gods of Appalachia game that Kian and I are in. I don't have a boyfriend in that one. That's a lie.
Yet.
Yeah.
I was gonna be like, where's the yet?
I was about to volunteer, but I can't just throw my hat in the ring, unfortunately.
You can do whatever you want, boo boo. I'm just saying, I directly stole my entire character from A Court of Thorns and Roses, so
That was a choice.
Which one? Which one?
Miss Feyre.
Of course.
That tracks.
That's it for me. I choose to be. I forgot to ask you Unhinged or not. I think that's my favorite thing from Academy Age. I gotta ask for outros and intros, Unhinged or not. Anyways.
We're gonna work on that next time.
Okay.
And I will jump in. I can probably go pretty fast because everyone else has plugged things that I'm in and doing over the next week or two. I will be with Live from the Apocalypse running Redacted as mentioned on Thursday. I'll be back with Live from the Apocalypse running a third season of Secrets and Shadows on Friday. My cat is desperate to get into my room. I apologize for the noise.
She big mad.
She's real big mad. I will then be back with Live from the Apocalypse for a third time in 3 days, along with Q, for class reunion on Saturday, where I am not playing Hunter. I am playing Lindsay Ardane, who is just happy to be included. I will then be with Exquisite Corpse Presents that night for Sister Cities, our usually non-magical but currently magical D&D campaign. And I will be back with Live from the Apocalypse. I was going to say if you like masks, but that's a lie. We are recording the next part of Horizons and Halcyons, which has historically been our Masks Academy H spinoff. However, we will be playing Apocalypse Keys. And if you have listened to Academy H and especially the Falling Stars arc, I will be reprising a character from that, and it should be a good and non-traumatic time. So that will be midday this Sunday. And with that, I'm going to throw it over to Kian to bring us home.
Hello, everybody. My name is Kian. My pronouns are they, he. You can find me on the interwebs at uptight_Chiffon, uptight-Chiffon, depending on where you're hanging out. Tonight I have been Valen, back from vacation. Super excited about that. What am I doing? Where am I? Tomorrow night I will be over on High Shelves Collective with Harp playing Beacons of Farlight, GM'd by JT. On Thursday I will be back here with Harp playing Project Reach Extraction, our finale, GM'd by Harp. Every other Wednesday I will be over on Lost Caravan for our Nova campaign. I am also in the Old Gods of Appalachia game that LC mentioned. I've got a campaign coming up on Entropy Emporium. I'm working on a couple of other projects that I can't yet talk about, but follow me on social media. That is where you will hear about it first. Channel stuff really quickly. Tuesdays, obviously, we are here every other Tuesday. After Project Reach, we have Thursdays are going to be open maybe for a little bit, maybe perhaps season 2. We're not sure yet. We're going to see how the ending of season 1 goes. And then upcoming, we have got my Invisible Sun campaign. We have got a Girls by Moonlight, Magical Girls, Evangelion mix flavored game run by Will, and then a D&D 5e game that will be run by JT. So keep an eye on the channel. That is things are going to be moving pretty soon. I am going to toss us into a raid if I've done it right. The raid has been created. We're going to go raid the Lollygaggers. So feel free to hang out, say hi, let them know where you came from. Thanks, y'all, for hanging out. I'll hand it back to JAD to officially close us out.
That is fair, and I will bring us fully home. Hey, Chad, I told you want a spoiler. I can give you a spoiler. That spoiler is we are gearing up to have our first guest, hopefully next month. And we will have more news on that soon. But
What?
it should be a good time.
Who?
But with that, cast, say goodnight to everyone.
Good night.
Good night, everyone.
I'm sorry, what the fuck did you just say to me?
Yo, who's on the